Hi everyone, I'm Eunice.
Jamboni wote, habari zenu.
Unaitwa nani?
Naitwa Matthew.
Good. Matthew is learning Swahili and it's because we have a big thing coming up and he's trying to learn a few things. Yani ile ya kuomba maji and so far so good. Habari yako?
Missouri sana.
Unaitwa nani?
Naitwa Matthew.
Good. So Matthew and I want to really do recordings on things that affect families or family or life because Matthew and I have gone through an experience that we feel if we share with others, it will be inspiring or it will be kind of encouraging because God has created us as we are His special children. And when God created us, He didn't want us to go through suffering. He wants us to be happy. He wants us to enjoy life because He has said this we should make our living on earth a small heaven on earth. So, Matthew and I, people ask us, how did you meet? We look at ourselves like that because we know after saying where we met, we have to say what happened for us to meet. Look, we are not young. So we have a history, and the history is that I lost my spouse
I lost my wife.
and we met online. And online is not only on dating sites. This was in 2020 when everything was
COVID shut everything down for
shut.
months at a time.
Yeah,
There were no grief counseling sessions. There were no grief classes because everything was canceled.
face to face, that is. So we had grief groups on online. Ours was on Facebook. But what we learned later, or me being curiosity, yeah, I went because we really had a thing we would talk. I wanted to know where he came from. And I realized we came from the same area. It was only like 10 minutes drive maybe.
5 minutes, 10 minutes. Yeah, you asked me
Yeah,
if I was
yeah.
in Douglasville. Yeah.
Yeah, and when he said yes, we continued now. We shared our phone numbers, and from our phone numbers we shared, don't worry, we have dogs, and I think they are hearing other dogs outside, and when they hear dogs either they sing, mourn the way they are anyway, so we shared our numbers. Before that it was just messenger, and then now from messenger to WhatsApp. And all this time, we have not called each other, even if we are coming from the same place. So it was texting, texting. And then, now I'm still the one who is still curious. Is that how you say curious? It's
That's how
like
you
I'm
say
saying,
curious.
yeah, it's like I'm saying curio in the process of saying curious. So I wanted to know if he's real, what kind of a person he is.
Because a lot of times on dating places or even on Facebook, people are not real as they say they are. They're fake. They're from
And
different
don't
countries.
forget, most of these things we were doing, it was mostly like group chats. So it's a group, Facebook groups. We never did anything like Zoom. So we are just sharing our experiences on by writing. So uh, I wanted to know more. How does he look? Uh, how does he talk? So while we are chatting, I would, when I'm cooking, if I ask what are you doing, it would be like it's my lunchtime. That time he was working on what do you call it?
Remote, working from
Remotely,
home. Yes.
yeah. And because I really wanted to know him. Most people ask me that question, like how would you know a real person, or how would you know if someone is not a scammer or something. So while I'm cooking, I would send pictures This is to provoke and see if he will also do the same.
Yeah.
And one time, so I would be cooking rice. I would send a picture. Oh, I'm cooking rice. Then he would be like, oh, I'm ordering mine. And then I would be like, so what are you doing? And he would go, oh, I'm looking through the window, looking at my sister's horses.
Horses. Yeah.
And I'm like, good. So I asked, could you take a picture? I see. And he takes a picture of horses for real, and I see it. And then some other time, oh, so what are you doing? Oh, I'm walking the dogs. Could I see? And he would send the pictures. So when I realized everything it tells me, because some you would say they are doing something, but when you ask them to send the picture, they don't send it. So you'll start knowing that, oh, there's something wrong there. So this time I'm like, let me call him. You know, you are scared. I have an accent.
Mm-hmm.
I believe he also has an accent because I have the experience of communicating with the Americans now. Most of the time, someone is excited, they come talking to you, and then when you reply, when they realize you have an accent, they've not understood you. They don't know what to say or how to tell you. I did not understand. So if it is far, one would pretend. Could you say it again? I didn't say. So for him, I was so scared of calling him. And when I called him, oh my God, he was.
I
Huh?
talked too fast because I'm
Yeah,
in the southeast, and southeast people tend to just rattle on and talk in the accent and on and on and on and on very quickly.
yes.
So I had to slow down.
hmm And when he slowed down now, I'm hearing him walking the dogs, and I struggled. I think I pretended even that I had some things, but I was not really sure if I did. So we talked like only for 5 minutes because I'm scared. We can't talk much. And then now, after I confirmed that yes, it was real, now we texted much better. So that was in May of
2020.
20. Maybe you would like to know how did you lose your wife without saying much?
So I lost my wife after 26 and a half years of lymphoma cancer. When they diagnosed it, she was already stage 4. So she had to have a lot of chemo, a lot of radiation to kind of get everything going, but it was not enough. She left this world and went to be with God.
I'm sorry, it's such a sad story. And that's what brought us together because we were able to share my experiences of losing my husband also, of whom it was abrupt and it was cardiac arrest and uh, it was really difficult because out of this um, group we were able to talk about, to meet more and not meet, chat more and share exactly what we were going through. What he was going through is what I was going through because he shared that even him, he felt he's lost a wife, someone he was so much used to, and it was difficult, just the way even me, it was difficult. So that's how we met, and I think now it reached a point where you felt you needed to see me. I
Right.
also, in fact, it was me who suggested anyway, like, don't you think we should meet? We live so near. And after suggesting like that, then it was him now who asked if we can meet. So this is so funny because I think he was going through a tough time. Remember, it was still so fresh, and I'm at work, and he writes to me like, "Can we meet?" I'm like, "I'm still at work, but I'll be leaving, maybe at around 8 to be in Douglasville at 9." He said, "We can still meet." I got annoyed, and I'm like, Is he real? I asked him, are you real? How do you want me to meet you at 9? Where are we meeting even at 9? Most restaurants are closed. He quickly said, oh, I'm really sorry. I didn't think of it. I think I just really wanted to talk to you. That's when I said, okay. So the following day now is when he said, then can we meet for breakfast?
Hmm.
And we agreed, yes, breakfast at around 11. By the way, it's funny here, breakfast goes up to 12. So if you hear someone telling you, let's meet for breakfast, at 12 is still breakfast. Remember, in Kenya, that's already lunch. So we met. This is something we've learned that you don't forget, and you realize that once in a while you find yourself thinking about it or getting emotional, and we've allowed ourselves to share
Openly.
that, yeah, openly, in case one is feeling those are especially the early years, like in 2020, 2021, and I think this is what really helped us in recovery. And knowing that if one of us had not experienced it, there would have been that jealousy, because that's what we've seen happening. You hear someone saying, oh, imagine every time they'll be talking about their late spouse. But for us, we didn't experience that. Instead, it was that person you talk to because they understand what you're going through.
And it's also very therapeutical because you don't have to be scared to say, okay, if I talk about her or I talk about him,
Mm,
they're going to get angry. I don't want to get in an argument because of that.
yeah, and even you'd find outposts, because something happens, I think, when it's almost that time when you lost someone. Is that the right way?
Hmm.
When you lost someone, it's like the spirits come back naturally. You're feeling funny, and then you realize, oh, wait, this is the time it happened. And then now you find he would post about his wife on Facebook.
Usually it's birthdays,
Yeah.
anniversaries, dates, different important days like, hey, we had an anniversary or had Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Remember, this is someone who was married for 26 years, so I understand. It's very okay. I wouldn't even feel jealous or why are you posting? No, because he has children. That's one thing maybe we've not shared. He has,
3 children. About one of them was from 90, one
you have
from
a 97, I have a 97,
I have a 99.
and I have
I
2007.
have a 2001.
Yes. So he has two girls, one boy. I have a girl and a boy. So that's what we wanted to share. The Bible says a woman is free. Anyway, let me read it. I don't want to just say it by mouth. In 1 Corinthians 7 39, it says, a wife must stay with her husband as long as he lives. If he dies, she is free to marry anyone she chooses. That's the Bible. So, women, widows, if you are comfortable and you feel like you are ready to marry, you are free to choose whoever you want to marry. But if you feel you don't want to marry because of your children, you might not get someone you can trust, your children are still young, you can decide to be alone. But if you also feel like my children are too young, a 2 year old, a 1 year old, it might be good to marry at that stage so that your child can grow with this man, and it will be easy for the child to adapt with your new husband as the new father. And later on, you can explain truthfully that that's not the father. The father died and you are able to get married. Because I think sometimes it's difficult when children are older. They start questioning, they start feeling jealous, and I think the best is to do it even when the child is young. So the Bible allows that. We have traditions, especially in Africa. Maybe here you don't have it so much. But the traditions we have, that you've been married into a family, it's like you're supposed to remain in that family, remain single, and belong to the family. And you find there are young people who have lost husbands and they go through life in a lonely way. And imagine that time she's in a family where there are other children who are married. So she has to be seeing these couples happy, enjoying life, and her and her children, she's alone, or he and his children are alone. But in Africa, again, it's like people push for men to get married. So it's like only men people empathize with men.
But the roles in Africa are totally different than they are in America.
Yeah.
So men and women in America are independent,
Mm-hmm.
whereas not so much in Africa.
Exactly. So it's not like you've married into a home in America, but in Africa, you've married into a home with a lot of culture and rules, whereby you have to show that, oh, you are faithful, you are not embarrassing your husband, you've not lost a husband and you are already marrying. So I would say I'm one African woman who came out of that, and I I told God, you understand me. I don't want to be alone. I don't want to jump here and here. Give me a husband, give me someone who will be with me that I will call my own, my own. And for sure, God did that. And I want to say, since 2020, we stayed in friendship, in because we are grown ups. It was not like dating. It is like the way God put it is like we were already connected in a way. We complement each other. He has his weaknesses. I have my weaknesses. But when we are together, we meet each other's needs. And we've stayed now, it is 5 years. We've accomplished so much.
Right.
And those are the things we want to talk about as we go ahead.
We've learned so much.
We've learned so much. We've helped each other to grow. What I will say about him, America is not easy sometimes, especially if you come from Africa. The system is not the same, it's complicated. When I was in Kenya, I was this person who knew where to get this, to get this, to do this. If I want to do something, I knew it. So I wanted the same here. But I think before I wouldn't have succeeded in that if it was not for him. He made me have confidence because he will always encourage me. He will tell me good things. He will tell you something like, "Oh, I believe in you. You will make it. You are good. Don't fear. Go for it." So finding someone who trusted me like that made me confident and made me do research, do things. And now I would say, in God's own way, I'm comfortable here the way I was comfortable in Kenya. In Kenya, you would call me and ask me, I need help with this. I will help you. I know where it is. I know how it's done. So I think that's my gift. It's my talent. I'm a helper. And I rejoice when I'm able to help someone to find what they want. So he made it possible here in America. Matthew is caring. He's loving. He'll tell me good things about me, maybe things I'd not heard even before. He'll tell me how beautiful I am.
Every day.
Yeah. Some of us, we grew without being told that. We grew without being told, I love you. So you'll find that it's hard for even me to mention that thing like, I love you, or giving a big name, but in I show my affection in other ways. And everywhere we go, what would you say?
Everywhere we go, people remember us, not from our names, but because of who we are.
Mm-hmm.
We always
Leave a mark.
Leave a mark on people, whether it be our togetherness that we show. We are very well better together,
Mm-hmm.
as we say. Because separately, we kind of seem like we're on a skateboard, kind of going toward downhill with no brakes.
Mm-hmm.
But together, we are a united front. We do things so well together.
Yeah, I remember even the first time, those first years. In fact, it was the first. Maybe we had known each other for 3 months,
Hmm.
and we went to an ice cream shop, and someone asked us, "How long have you known each other?" And we were like, maybe 1 month, 2 months, and they were like, "Oh my God, someone would think you've known each other for
Years.
years." And I remember also the first time we drove together.
Hmm.
You commented that you felt like we had known each other for long because without knowing, maybe because of age, I found myself the way women we behave, women we tend to think they don't know. We tend to think they don't know anything. So imagine me, he's driving and I'm giving him instructions on how to drive, where to go, and yet he's been driving for how long? Since you are how old?
Since I was 15, I think. Yeah, it was for 40 years.
But that woman thing, I keep telling him it's a woman thing, and that's what he said. He said he remembered the way maybe his parents would be, the mother would be telling the father what to do, and he found it funny. So that is another thing. I found myself feeling really free and comfortable with him and being able to, yeah, put things there the way it should be. Anyway, if you have any question, you can ask. Feel free if it is about marrying after losing a spouse, or if it is about our dating, or anything about me being from Kenya, different cultures. I know we are not the first, there are so many. What is really interesting with us, I think, our age, we are not young, and we did it after something happened. Not after divorce, but after loss of a spouse. And we want people to feel, especially women. I'm doing this because I feel like women are held up somewhere. They are not happy because they are fearing, what will people say? What will the community say? What will the family say? I've lost a husband and I'm remarrying. No, the Bible says it. The Bible says you are free to marry because now you are not yoked to anybody. But with uh, being a widow, it was so easy. It's like I have no burden because I knew God allowed it, and I knew the person I was married to is not seeing it. He won't feel jealous or criticize or judge me. So if you have any question on that,
They can contact us with the comments or
you can go to our ask the questions, and we'll be able to do another video on that. And if you think you want another video, tell us what you would like us to talk about.
like maybe what her African eating habits were and what mine were, and had to kind of do that. We could start with that. We could say what kind of
Now our food,
our
the
food
difference of the
differences in
food, the
food.
way, as an African woman, let me say me, I like cooking. But
As
has it been affected? Is it still the same?
or as a man, what challenges you have marrying an African woman. It was a lot, but they were good things.
So, thank you so much. We'll see you again in our next video, and we are waiting for your questions.
We are waiting.
See you next time.
All right.
Love you.
Go Harry.